not like uber quick, but sometime in the next few months.
Yeah, definitely. That's always a good time to see these top players go at it. And now Marine has those Guardians. So HaRDy going to be slightly prepared for this. He does have the rates. He's just going to try to get those tanks out of there and target fire some Guardians here. Take down what he can, but those spore colonies. And honestly, Marine doing a good job here keeping the Terran out of his base.
A great job. Well, he has a great spore and sunken ratio with his Guardians. It's just a great mixture.
Yeah, and
it's no real weakness.
The way that he got his economy damaged twice, it's a good job that he's even this big and this into the game. So credit Marine for just hanging in there and making this still a game. And HaRDy's now getting to that. HaRDy's getting to that critical mass point where he's just going to start being able to pump.
And now he's just going to try and stay in range of those spore colonies so those raids can't come in there and just assassinate the Guardians.
I don't see a Defiler Den coming down from Marine. No. He must not think he has enough gas yet to pump out Defilers, which he's probably true.
Oh, and the Scourge, too. By Marine. Just sitting there rambling, too. He wants to make sure no vessels or anything come in.
Yeah, he's got those Scourge ready in case a vessel comes flying in. He can take it down.
Yep. But he's not too worried. I'm pretty sure he has Borgo upgraded and will utilize everything he has.
HaRDy doing a good job here with the macro. Sometimes when you +1 with Terran and you're trying to tank push, it's hard to stay broke, hard to keep everything macroed and microed at once when your economy is so big. But HaRDy doing a good job here so far.
Actually, he's doing a great job. Look at his, just look at his tech advantage, and we're only 10 minutes, 40 seconds in this game, and look at his supply, 177 to 188. That's a well-Terran job. With applying pressure, that's
yeah,
a great
Marine
job.
is only at 70 supply here, and now here comes that critical mass I was talking about. The point where HaRDy reaches his critical mass, where he can just really start pumping an army. And I think Marine's going to be okay with the amount of defensive structures he has here.
That's such a wide sunken line.
Yeah, that's just going to be so tough to break. And then the Guardians behind it, that's just, so hard to break.
And the spores for the backup of the Wraiths. It's just a great line he has going on.
HaRDy is 1-1 on the upgrades, and I don't think Marine has a single upgrade for anything yet. I don't even see a Hydros Den. Oh, there they are, and there's the Defiler Den. I knew that had to be coming soon.
Jeez, that's just, if you're making any kind of art, you'd want to just paint this picture right here. Beautiful job. Great defensive. Even though his unit count's real low, his defense count is, supreme high.
I expected HaRDy to just run away with this game after he ran those Marines past and just flustered Marine like that early in the game. I expected HaRDy to just drive that advantage home and win this game in about 8 or 9 minutes, but Marine is still definitely in this game. This is nowhere near over, really. HaRDy does have the advantage. And by the way, look how many SCVs he has building while he's massing here. It's just a great resource management, 1,000 minerals and under 100 gas. So HaRDy really doing a good job with the economy here in the macro. Oh, when he's coming in trying for an irradiate, Marine is using the Scourge.
Let's see if he gets it off. I think he's going to get it too.
Oh, and Marine already trying to dodge here.
Oh, I don't think he's trying to. I think that was just a gas one.
Oh, and he only lost 2 drones to that irradiate.
That's a great play.
Yeah, so Marine doing a good job. That was an advantage for Marine right there. But now HaRDy is really starting to just get an enormous base. He's got about 8 SCVs building right now.
Yeah, in about a minute and a half. No, actually a minute and 10 seconds, I'd say. There's going to be a never-ending supply of Terran infantry running into the Zerg base for the rest of the game.
And he's going to have a ton of vessels with irradiate, and that's so hard when you're Zerg and they have just 10 vessels and all your Guardians just die. Yeah, plus they all splash damage each other.
Exactly, and Guardians move grandma slow.
Yeah, they do.
Uber grandma speed, locking down a ram.
Marine just massing spore colonies. He's trying to go with a Guardian spore colony army.
It looks pretty cute, doesn't it? A few more Sunkens would be nice, and everybody. He's already done such a great job with evening out, and this is just a great defense. Look at his Terran unit. Look at Terran supply. I want to see how fast these men are falling. Let's see if we can keep up with his macro. His macro, it will fall down about 120 maybe after each attack, but
about 130, 140, yeah.
Yeah, but it'll be literally reimbursed.
Marine needs a lot more hatcheries than this if he's going to keep up with this base.
I just heard a radiate going on. Is that to the Guardians?
That was on a Guardian up here, yeah.
That's what I expect to happen. All these Guardians are just going to slowly. The Hydros had a nice extra element to this Zerg base.
Marine knows that he's trying to add hatcheries. If he's going to keep up with a base this size, he needs to be getting more hatcheries down and a better economy. I don't see how he's going to win this game when he's got 7 hatcheries or whatever that is. He's just going to need way more than that. HaRDy's just going to be coming non-stop.
And let's click on the ups for the Marine. And I know HaRDy actually likes to upgrade his tech as well.
The Marines are going to be 2-2 here in about 1 minute.
No, a minute.
And I don't see any upgrades for Marine yet. He's still just trying to get those. He's trying to get his base and his economy established, but it's going to be so hard with this never-ending Terran right next to you that's just going to keep macroing you. HaRDy just doing a great job with the economy. He's under 1,000 on both resources.
And of course, Marinus too as well.
Yeah,
you have gas.
Like I said, though, he's too rich. He's got the 2,500 minerals. He just doesn't have enough hatcheries. He needs to be adding a lot more hatcheries if he's going to keep up with that Terran macro.
And do you agree with HaRDy's choice of playing this to a longer set game, or let's say mid-range game? No,
Yeah,
it's not long range.
I mean, he's got the spots. He's right next to the Zerg. I don't think he's worried about a late game.
He just wanted to do it slow and steady.
And he established himself with an advantage early, so I don't think he was too worried to play a game versus Marine.
No.
And in all honesty, I think HaRDy is confident in his ability to take it late game against Marine. I think he feels he's the better late game player.
Yeah, well, you can't. If you want to stand up with Marine, the only chance you really have is to not. You can't really beat him at his own game. You can't rush Marine. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, see, Marine is the most aggressive player, really, in the fastest community.
So mid-range, I'd say it's probably about. Maybe one of his.
I think it's a pretty consensus feeling that Marine is the best player at early game. I don't know anybody that's been as dominant as Marine early game. So HaRDy really didn't care about taking this to a long game. I think he feels that's an advantage for him.
But of course, he's just steady on all planes. Both these skimmers are. They both go through these great, training methods, we'll say.
But now you got Marine at 4,000 minerals. I knew that was going to happen. He has to get a lot more hatcheries down, and he's just not able to do it. He's just getting pressured too hard by Pro HaRDy, just taking too much fire, and eventually he's gonna crack here. I don't see him living longer than a couple minutes.
This is just
too many vessels. Look at that vessel mass.
The vessel count alone is gonna be
HaRDy just continuing to get his base going, doing a great job, just keeping his macro going.
Just slow and steady. This is nothing this Zerg actually is going to do. This is definitely officially the GG moment of the game.
Yeah, Marine's never going to break this. No gas, 95 supply.
No Guardians are ever going to be able to come out to stop this.
Up against more upgrades, more mass, more macro, more tech. He's just up against the wall here, and he's got a GG after these Guardians die. It's pretty much his last stand. They're all going to get irradiated, and then I would anticipate Marine to GG and leave after he loses these Guardians here.
And that's going to happen right now. There's nothing you can do against just an infinite irradiate structure.
Yeah, and there Marine left the game, so let's take it to game 2.